Welcome back to the final segment of the show this Monday. Hoping David Davis will be back next week for you guys with another entertaining game to watch. But we haven't spoken about the Veterans League. Tonight we've got a couple of fixtures taking place at Stepney, but we're going to talk about what happened last week. I'm going to take you straight over to the screens and show you the results from the Ilfl and Sonali Otit Veterans Summer League Premier Division, and this is what it looks like. Stepney Legends beating, that was a derby match for them, beating Beaumont Masters 2-1. Then we had Sire Vets, the runners-up from last year. They lost against Abahani. Abahani doing extremely well. We're going to see that in the table very shortly. Then we had Tower Hamlets Vets versus London Tigers Vets. So once upon a time, that was a top-table fixture and a battle of the best, but it seems like London Tigers have been winning them for the last few fixtures. They won this one as well, 5-1. And lastly, we had Weavers Vets losing 1-0 to Bromley Legends. In the first division of the Veterans League, we have it like this. Bernardo Legends, an absolute shock for them. They lost 2-1 to Shadwell Masters. Bernardo top there, but losing to Shadwell Masters. We'll see very shortly how that affects the table. Then we had Riverside Vets playing against FC Redbridge. A few seasons ago, that was a bottom table battle, but these two are certainly scrapping it out in the middle. Redbridge coming on top there, 3-1. Then we had Mostyn versus Revive, and Mostyn back on winning ways. Well done to Jim and the boys for getting that 2-1 win against Revive, and hopefully it's a recovery and a way up the table. And lastly, we have their St Catherine's Vets looking to bounce straight back into the Premiership after that relegation last year, them winning 1-0 against Beaumont Masters B. And the Premier Division looks like this. I don't think anyone is going to argue here. London Tigers, 5 points clear, top of the table, yet to lose a game, only conceded 2 goals, scored 28. I think I've said enough about them. Abahani Vets. I've always spoken about them being a very defensive and boring team, but guess what? It's got them in second place. Yes, they've only scored 13 goals, only conceded 5, but that puts them clean in second. They are 6 points ahead of third place, and even though they're 5 behind London Tigers, so that is looking like a 2-horse race. So let's talk about the smaller horses. Beaumont Masters there on 14 points, followed by Stepney Legends, who had high hopes but seemed like they're going to be stuck in mid-table if the way it's going. But a good victory for them there on 12 points. Bromley Legends there on 11 points, but they're looking for forward to the cup, as we know. And then we have Sire Vets, runners-up last year, not doing that great, and they are third from bottom. Weavers Vets promoted from the first division, but they are struggling in this Premiership. And our champions from a couple of years ago, Tower Hamlets Vets, unfortunately rooted there at the bottom, but let's hope something works out for them. In the first division, there it is on the screen for you, we have top of the table, St Catherine's Vets. These guys are busting a gut to get back up to the Premiership. Well done, St Catherine's. 5 points clear at the top there, yet to lose a game. Who's going to stop you? Well, we're yet to find out. Bernardo, that slip up and the slip up the week before has resulted in top spot being taken away and you falling 5 points behind. And don't be thinking you got any comfort zone there, because FC Redbridge only 2 points behind you. That win against Riverside puts them back in contention. Remember, top 2 go up. So anyone can do it there. Beaumont Masters B. Rash said that team was playing for fun. Well, look at that. Playing for fun, they're in 4th place. They really are pushing it. 2 wins and they'll go right up into second. Then we have the bottom guys that are struggling there. Revive Legend on 10 points. Mostyn, that win has helped them go back up to 7 points and only ahead of Shadwell Masters on goal difference. Shadwell Masters, that victory for them puts them on 7. And Riverside Vets, who were actually 6th at the start of the day, they finished bottom for that loss against Redbridge, but there's very little between them because it's only 4 points that separate the bottom 4. So there's your Veterans League. I'm going to talk about the fixtures very shortly, but Shax, you've seen some of the Vets games. Talk to me.
Last week I went to watch Shadwell game. Shadwell, I thought they were very, very lucky to win that game. They won 2-1 at the end of the game. The other team was really unlucky to not score a couple of goals.
Well, they were top of the table, Bernardo, so
yeah, Bernardo's.
Something's certainly gone wrong for them.
I cannot believe they haven't won that game. And after I did speak to the guys afterwards, and they were quite surprised. And the Riverside and the Redbridge game, that was really interesting as well. Riverside walking all over the other team, 3-1 winners. I think the
Redbridge won 3-1. Yeah.
The other team got they
got a man sent off, so it was 6 on 7.
So it was a really interesting game, even though it seemed like a one-sided game.
So I mean, First Division certainly really pushing it there. And Premiership, well, London Tigers are making it boring. I hope they lose tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, let's look at the fixtures for this coming Thursday. In the Premiership, who are London Tigers going to face, and can somebody bring the Tigers down? Well, the top of that fixture you see there, Bromley Legends versus Tower Hamlets Vets. That's right now looking like a bottom table scrap. But it looks like Tower Hamlets need to do something if they want to get off the bottom. Stepney Legends are going to play Aberharney Vets, second versus fourth. Now, if Stepney want to make a point of this, they're going to have to beat a very rigid and difficult to break down Aberharney, who have always had a phenomenal defence when it comes to Vets. Sire playing against the London Tigers. Last year's second place versus first place. Sire now second from bottom, but can they topple the Tigers? Can they make this division more interesting? We will find out. And then the last fixture there, Weavers versus Beaumont. If we look at the First Division, what games do we have tonight? Well, there they are, top two there. Bernardo Legends against Riverside. Now, Bernardo need to get back into winning ways. Riverside do not want to sit there at the bottom, and they're only a point off the other two, so a win for them or even a draw for them will get them off. So a very, very tight called game there. Then we got Beaumont Masters B playing for fun against Revive Legends, also playing for fun. Who's going to take it there? We will find out by 10 p.m. tonight. And then the fixtures for that division that will take place on Thursday. FC Redbridge versus Mostyn. Some of us like to refer to it as Nanu versus Jim. Let's see what happens there. And then we've got Shadwell Masters versus St. Catherine's Vets. Shadwell Masters, can they get 2 wins in a row against top team? They knocked out Bernardo last week. Can they knock off St. Catherine's Vets and make them have their first loss for this division? That is our bets summed up. And well, we've got the Open Age boys got an active week coming for Sunday. The old boys got a very active week coming for this tonight and Thursday. Anil, I think I need to ask you, as an outsider now, I mean, this is your first season with us. I hope you've enjoyed it. What are you thinking about all these competitions we've got coming up? Because, I mean, there's so much that you can take part in as well. But let's start with the Vets. I mean, what do you think about our Vets?
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed with everything so far in the league. The organisation especially, and yeah, we've even got a veterans league, and I noticed Mostyn are in that, and I used to play for Mostyn, so maybe one day I could maybe join them and see if I can play with Jim again.
We're on live TV. Now, how many years off a vet are you? You're going to tell us.
Well, what's the age group?
The age is 35. Once you hit 35, on your birthday 35, you can play.
I've still got a few years. I've still got a few years.
He's not going to give it away for us, is he? Fair enough, Anil. But obviously, it sounds like it's a natural step in for you then. So once you probably hit 35, you can obviously still carry on playing, which some of our Stepney Legends are doing, but you can also step into the Mostyn team. And it's 7-a-side football, something you can look forward to?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm sure we could maybe, in the near future, maybe put out a team ourselves if we can get the players, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, the more the merrier. I mean, just on the Open Age, I hope it goes well for AMY in our Open Age, and we look forward to seeing a lot more of you on the TV as well when we get some of your live games, and maybe eventually have you as a vet with us. So, Anil, thanks for coming along.
Thank you very much.
And it was brilliant to have you. Shax, I need to interrogate you about Bromley Legends. Okay, Bromley Legends. Twice in a row they were cup finalists. Yes. Yeah, twice in a row they were cup finalists. It's just wearing away. I mean, played 9 games, only won a third of them. Yeah. They're 4th from bottom. If they don't watch themselves, they could end up 2nd from bottom if Weavers get their way. What is going on in Bromley?
Well, the problem is they can't score goals. They just don't have that striker that can just stay up there and score, take shots and try and score goals. And that's what the problem is. And I think that's what the problem was with in the Salmon League as well. And that's been, they just need to bring at least a striker to just score goals for them. And I think that's what's been missing for them. Defensively, they've been okay. They don't have a goalkeeper at the moment, so they probably need to invest in or try and get a goalkeeper. But I think goal scoring is a real struggle.
I mean, when we look at the other teams, for example, London Tigers, the management of their Open Age team are playing in the Vets team. Aberharney, it's the same thing. Their Open Age team is playing where they play, but their management is taking part in the Vets. And then when we look at Beaumont, for example, like just right now, why is Rash missing? Because Rash has gone over to play the game. So all these teams, I mean, Stepney Legends is probably the best example because there was an array of them that turned 35 and now they're all Vets. And it's one of the youngest teams out there. But Bromley, haven't been much of a feeder club. I mean, you've got your open age team, but like when I look at, for example, if I take your goalkeeper Najim, who was playing for you guys for years, but then a big gap, and then he's coming to play for Vets. I mean, the open age team isn't really feeding much in the Vets, is it?
No, it's not, and we're trying to get as much as our old boys as we can, but they've been nagging with injuries and a lot of long-term injuries instead of the short ones. So I think surely but slowly we are trying to get some players back, and hopefully we can get Najim back because he's not playing at the moment because he's injured.
Right, so it is injuries that are affecting probably. Okay, and then when we look at the first division, I mean, like St. Catherine's now. They've been a loyal and hard-working veterans team. Now they're sitting there top. Last year they went without. I don't think they won any games. They had 1 point on the table.
Yeah, I mean last year we thought, oh, they did merit, and are they going to come back once they go down? And we were sort of when they go down, I don't think they'll be coming up. But they've proven us all wrong. They're coming back strong, and hopefully it looks like it. They're going to get promoted,
and
which is good.
I mean, just on that, we're talking about top of the first division. Bernardo Legends. Now we had Schoff made a huge social media announcement that he's quit the game, he's retiring, he wants to give more family time, and yet when it came to veterans football, he put a Bernardo team in, he's running the Bernardo team. And look at him, he's flying. It's
the passion. It's the passion, and it's football that keeps going, which is good to see. It's good to see that old age, and they're doing really well. It was my first time seeing them last week. And they look really impressive. It was quick football. They gave Shadwell a proper game. When I mean proper game, Shadwell was struggling defensively. They had to play a long boring long balls, which was really hopeless. But they did play really well, and it's a shame that they lost last week.
Okay, well that's our Veterans League. Best of luck to all those teams that are playing tonight and on Thursday. Hope it works out for you which way. Let's get this league a bit more exciting. Right. I'm going to say enough of football, even though I've got another 5 more minutes to talk to you guys. Why is that? We're not always about football. We also like to look at the community. We also like to look at charity. We also like to look at the world. And last weekend, our young man here from the Ilfl, Shaquille, went across to Belgium to take part in a half marathon, am I right? 13.5 miles? 13.4 miles. And you did this for which charity?
The Human Relief Foundation.
Okay, excellent. I mean, Shaquille, I mean, us at ILFL, we're very proud that you've gone across, member of ILFL, raising money for human relief, taking part in a half marathon, not an easy thing. I mean, run us through it. How did you prepare yourself for this?
Oh, it was an experience not to forget. I went over to Belgium on Friday, spending my whole weekend there. Just for
did you go with friends, or were you on your own, or
no,
family?
I just went on my own to go out there, and thanks to all the people who sponsored me. They still can sponsor me on Just Giving, Shaquille, and yeah, it was a wonderful cause. It was my first time running. Thanks to Crumblesby, he's the chairman of IFL. He also helped me donate. He also donated some money towards the cause. And it was a brilliant experience to see all these people struggling. And sometimes we need to think about all these people who are struggling, and we're grateful that we have football that is helping us with all this variety of objects that's stopping people from doing certain stuff.
I have to look at mainstream football right now because when we look at the Premiership and we look at La Liga, there's been a golden generation coming from Belgium. You know, we're looking at Eden Hazard, Benteke, Kevin De Bruyne, all these, and you've gone across to Belgium to do this half marathon. Did you spot any talent?
Few talents. There's lovely people.
You know what I mean by talent? Footballing talent, of course. Please.
But yeah, there are one or two few talents up there, and yeah, it's an experience that I will never forget. And people can donate still.
Was there footballing guys doing a lot of the running as well, or were you one of the few footballers?
No, there was a lot of few footballers as well coming along and doing the run as well for their own charity as well at the same time. What
would you say to the other clubs? That, obviously we're really pleased for ILFL that you've gone, but would you recommend other clubs to put members forward to take part in these things?
Of course, yeah. I would like every club in IFL to at least join to go across another world and do something like that, because it's an experience, and it's a total experience apart from football.
Well, Shakir, I'd like to say well done to you, and excellent that you've covered that half marathon, and we hope more people and teams take initiatives and do that. we are out of time, and I'm glad I've covered everything, all the fixtures, right? So you know what's going on. We've got a packed week. David will be back next week to cover everything that's going on. As usual, I do my thank yous to everyone, everyone. Thanks to Anil and AMY for coming on the show, and no doubt we'll see you again. Thanks to the NTV for giving us this opportunity to bring the football over to you guys. Thanks to you guys for watching this. We are out of time. We're going to get going, but please join us again next Monday. We might even have the phone lines open, so chuck a few comments across to us. Until then, all the best. Good night.